Are you living in a home that always feels messy and never done? You tidy up, step away for a moment, and it looks like you never touched it. I used to think I just needed to try harder. But the truth is, no one can thrive in a space that drains them every single day. I know what it feels like when home stops being a place to breathe. If your home is supposed to be the landing spot after a long day, then clutter becomes an obstacle, something you have to climb over just to feel at peace. And honestly, no one should have to climb obstacles every day just to step inside their own home. In this video, I'll share 8 simple habits that make your home easier to manage and your mind a lot lighter. These are things I actually use in my everyday life. Not to create a perfect home, but a place I truly want to come back to. Let's make home a place that truly restores us. And the very first tip completely changed how I live with the people I share my home with. Let's begin. Let me start with the part that secretly wears you down the most. The house feels like a battlefield, where every cup, sock, and Lego is an enemy that keeps respawning. You move from room to room, patching chaos that never stays fixed, while the world around you goes on untouched. You're not just tired, you're quietly waging a war no one else even notices. For years, I told myself it's faster if I just do it. But a few years of I'll just do it becomes a life of I am always doing it. You start the day already braced for the next mess. What shifted things wasn't a complicated chore chart. It was much simpler. I stopped cleaning for everyone and started sharing the house in zones. In my home, each person has one small clear area. One of my kids handles the entryway shoes, roughly lined up backpacks on hooks, jackets off the floor. The other handles the living room cushions back on the sofa, blankets, folded game controllers, not buried in the cushions. I keep the kitchen island and my desk, the 2 spots that hit my mood the hardest when they're messy. When a zone is messy, I don't quietly fix it anymore. I say calmly, "Hey, this is your area. Can you reset it before dinner?" At first, it felt strange to even ask. I was so used to proving love by doing everything. But slowly, I stopped cleaning with resentment, and they began noticing this space looks the way it looks because of me. It's not perfect. Some days I still pick things up that aren't mine, but the house feels more shared. I don't feel like an unpaid house manager anymore. And once you're not carrying everything alone, you finally see the next problem clearly. There is simply too much stuff inside these zones. That's the next piece we soften. And in the next video, I'll show you the specific waste of space items I stopped buying and finally let go of so the house got lighter without spending a single extra dollar. Now that you're not carrying the whole house alone, we need to talk about the silent culprit behind that heavy feeling, sheer volume. Clutter is quiet. It doesn't shout. It just slowly eats your surfaces. A mug you liked, a toy they begged for, a dress on sale, a candle that felt comforting on a hard day. We don't end up overwhelmed because we're careless. We're just tired, attached, and a bit scared we'll regret letting things go. So we keep just one more until every shelf is full. For a long time, I tried to fight this with rules in my head. I should declutter more. I should stop buying. I should be more minimalist. Those lines sound good. They don't help much when you're staring at an overstuffed cupboard after a long day. So I changed the way I decide. I let space be the rule. One shelf for mugs, one basket for toys in the living room, one drawer for skincare, one rail for everyday clothes. The shelf became the boss. When it's full, something has to go. That's the whole rule. Now, when I bring something new home, I don't spiral. I open the cupboard. If everything fits calmly, I choose this new thing replaces an old one, or it doesn't stay. If I have to shove toys down to close the basket, that's not the kids being messy. That's the basket saying, "We're at capacity." Your inner talk changes. Less, "What's wrong with me?" and more, "My space is limited." What actually deserves to live here? The guilt softens. Decisions get simpler. Your home slowly grows edges again instead of spilling into every corner of your mind. And once your shelves and baskets have limits, you notice something else that doesn't your day. Tasks bleed into the night. Rest keeps getting pushed to later. That's the next boundary we're going to draw. Next, let's zoom in on something tiny but incredibly tiring, the little things that keep derailing you. Tiny things can eat through your day, like termites starting with keys and hair ties. You're almost ready to leave, then someone can't find a bus card, or their glasses, or that note from school that has to go back today. It's rarely a big emergency, but it wears you down. It's not just the minutes you spend searching, it's your voice tightening, the rushing, that sense of we're already behind and the day hasn't even begun. I know myself and my kids, we are not put everything back perfectly every time, people. So instead of fighting that, I built a softer system, one catch-all basket for things that like to wander. I put it where we all walk past all day, by the door or on the corner of the kitchen counter. And we treat it as a landing spot for the usual suspects: keys, wallets, travel cards, masks, hair ties, glasses, small school notes. When I find one of those lying somewhere random, I don't tour the house to put it away properly. I just drop it in the basket. When someone asks, "Mom, where's my first answer is, check the basket. It's not magic. Some things still disappear. But most of the time, they're right there. That means fewer frantic searches, fewer sharp words, and a gentler start to the day. The basket doesn't turn your home into a showroom, and that's not the point. The hallway will still have shoe explosions sometimes, but your brain has one reliable spot to lean on, one small pocket of predictability inside the chaos. Once those small things stop stealing so much energy, you finally have enough bandwidth for a bigger question, not where is everything, but when do I actually get to stop for today? And this is where we touch on a deep weariness that many people don't name. Your day never really ends. Some nights feel like someone hit repeat on your whole day. It just keeps going. You clear the table. On the way to the sink, you see the pan. You remember the laundry. Your phone lights up with a school email. You notice the pile on the chair and fold it since you're already standing. Then you glance at the clock. The evening is almost gone. Your body is heavy. Your mind is still doing a walkthrough of the house dishes, laundry, that messy corner you keep avoiding. For years, I lived by a rule I never said out loud: I only deserve rest when everything is done. On paper, it sounds responsible. In real life, it's impossible. In a lived-in home, everything done never arrives. There is always one more thing you could do. The real shift came when I decided my day needed a line. Just like my shelves, I chose a simple no more cleaning hour. For me, it's 8:30 p.m. After that time, I don't clean, straighten, or start one last quick task. If there are dishes in the sink, they wait. If the counters aren't perfect, they stay that way until tomorrow. The house may not be finished, but my part for the day is finished. At first, it felt wrong. I had to sit with the discomfort of seeing things undone and still choosing to sit down. But after a few weeks, I noticed real changes. I snapped less during bedtime because I wasn't racing my kids, so I could dive back into chores. I had a little energy left to do something just for me, even if it was just 5 quiet minutes with a cup of tea. During the day, I was more decisive because I knew I wasn't going to steal from my rest later. Most importantly, my body started to learn something new. Rest isn't a prize for a perfect house. It's a boundary you're allowed to set, even with a dirty pan in the sink. And when you protect that hour, the house starts to feel different too. Less like an endless shift. You're stuck working, and more like a place you're actually allowed to live in. Now let's look at a softer kind of clutter, the kind that doesn't look bad but still wears you out. Nothing looks messy, yet nothing feels right. There's a kind of clutter you can't photograph, but your body notices the second you walk in. The plates you use every day are buried at the back of the cabinet. while the slow cooker you touch twice a year takes center stage. Mail lands just for now on the table, then moves to the sofa, the counter, your bedside. Suddenly, the whole house feels like one unfinished task. What helped me wasn't a deep clean or perfect system. It was rethinking where things live based on how often we actually use them. Everyday items get prime spots, plates, mugs, coffee spices, all at eye level and within reach. Special dishes and once-a-year gadgets move high or low. In the bathroom, daily essentials stay where my hand naturally goes, and maybe someday extras sit out of the way. One more change made all the difference: a simple landing zone by the door. A tray or shallow basket where everything in transit, mail, school forms packages touches down in one spot. Once or twice a week, I sort: pay what needs paying, toss what's done, file what matters. It doesn't make the house perfect, but it makes it calmer. Daily things are easy to grab and return. The constant hum of unfinished tasks quiets down. And when where things live actually makes sense, keeping the house under control doesn't require weekend-long cleaning marathons, just small, steady rhythms. If you've ever ended a Sunday feeling like you worked all weekend but didn't really rest, this part is for you. It's a horrible feeling when you reach Sunday night and realize most of your weekend went to laundry, dishes, and catching up on the house. You worked non-stop, but somehow it still doesn't feel done. Then Monday comes and the cycle starts all over again. What helped me wasn't pushing harder. It was changing the goal. Instead of aiming for spotless in big bursts, I started aiming for good enough most days through small, steady habits. For me, that looks like 2 quick resets a day and 1 gentle focus for the week. In the morning after everyone leaves, I give the house just 5 to 10 minutes. I open a window. I clear and wipe the main kitchen surface. I move dishes into the sink or dishwasher. I straighten the sofa cushions and throw blankets so the living room looks like somewhere I'd actually want to sit. Then I stop. I'm not deep cleaning. I'm just giving the day a cleaner starting line. At night, I do another short reset, dishes go into the dishwasher, and I run it if it's full. 1 load of laundry moves forward into the washer or into the dryer. Tomorrow's clothes bags and keys go where we'll need them. Then I do a quick walkthrough to put the most obvious, out-of-place things back in their homes. It's not about perfection. It's about closing the day on purpose so tomorrow doesn't start already behind. On top of that, I choose 1 weekly theme instead of trying to fix the whole house. 1 week, I gently focus on the kitchen. Another week, it's clothes and the wardrobe. Another, papers in the office corner. When I find a spare pocket of energy, I give that one area a little extra attention. No giant project, just small repeated nudges. The house still has messy corners. That's real life. But it rarely reaches full disaster mode now. And on the rare days it does, I don't feel hopeless because I know I have simple, repeatable rhythms that will bring things back without stealing my entire weekend again. And then there are the days when the main problem isn't the mess itself, it's your energy. Some days you walk into a room, look around, and your mind just blanks. You see piles on the floor, stuff on every surface, a basket of half-folded clothes. You know something needs to be done, but choosing where to start feels heavier than the mess itself. So you sit down, or pick up your phone, or walk back out. Then the guilt comes in on top of the exhaustion. I realized I was asking way too much of myself in those moments. A tired brain is not going to design a cleaning plan. So I stopped expecting future me to be more energetic or organized. Instead, I wrote myself a tiny, quick clean menu for overwhelmed days. It's just a short list stuck to the fridge or saved in my notes app. Each line is 1 mini task I can do in a few minutes without thinking. Clear and wipe 1 surface, just the table, not the whole kitchen. Fold and put away a few pieces of clothing. Empty a small bin. Gather all the cups and take them to the sink. Put all the shoes back by the door. Simple, boring, doable. On normal days, I don't need it. But on the days when my brain shuts down at the sight of clutter, I don't try to fix the room. I don't argue with myself. I open the list, choose one thing, and do only that. Some days I feel able to pick a second. Many days it's just the one. It's not about making the space look amazing. It's about keeping a small sense of I'm still here. I can still move something. Instead of all or nothing, total collapse or total makeover, you give yourself a middle option that respects how tired you are. And when you mix that kind of kindness with regular habits, there's one more layer that keeps everything from drifting too far, checking in with your home every so often before it turns into something you have to overhaul. Finally, let's talk about something few people do, but is surprisingly gentle on your energy, giving your home a quiet checkup before it screams for help. Most homes don't turn into chaos overnight. They slide out of alignment slowly, the same way our lives do. 1 month, it's just a few things out of place. Then there's a corner you avoid looking at, a laundry basket that never seems to be empty, a chair that quietly becomes a permanent clothes pile, a system like a toy bin or paper drawer that nobody actually uses anymore. It doesn't mean you're failing. It just means your life has changed and your home hasn't caught up yet. Instead of ignoring it until everything feels unbearable and then doing a huge draining clean out, I started giving my home a small monthly checkup. Not a makeover, just a check-in so the house doesn't quietly become a big problem I have to tackle all at once later. Once a month, I make a cup of tea and walk slowly through each room. I'm not tidying. I'm noticing. I pay attention to where my shoulders tighten, what I'm always stepping over, which pile magically moves but never truly disappears, which baskets are always overflowing, which drawer I dread opening. I jot down 2 or 3 spots that feel heavy. Then I choose one tiny adjustment to focus on that month. Maybe it's adding a small basket next to the sofa for remotes, chargers, and little bits instead of letting them cover the coffee table. Maybe it's lowering the hooks so the kids can actually hang their own coats. Maybe it's turning the important papers drawer into a simple set of labeled folders. Nothing glamorous, just making reality a bit easier. I'm not trying to redesign the whole house. I'm letting the house evolve with the way we live now. Kids grow, work shifts, health and energy change. It makes sense that your systems need to change too. Those 15 minutes each month keep me out of the ignore, crash, overhaul cycle. Instead of starting from zero again and again, I make small course corrections while I go. Bit by bit, the house stops feeling like a test. I'm failing and starts feeling more like a partner that can grow with me. That's it. Those are the 8 small habits I lean on to make my home easier to manage and my mind a little quieter without turning cleaning into a full-time job. If your brain feels crowded and you're tired of feeling like the house is never done, just pick one habit to try this week and let that be enough for now. In the next video, I'm going to talk about specific household items that quietly waste your money, space, and energy, things I stopped buying, decluttered, and don't miss at all so you can simplify without spending anything extra. And if this video helped you feel even a tiny bit lighter, you can like or subscribe. It simply lets me know this kind of calm, realistic content is worth making more of for you.